guys, I hope you're all doing great. It's Monday, so it's time for a Monday Fun Day project of the week. And today we're going to decorate a sweater. So this could be a project that you could do to a sweater that is older and you want to update it a little bit. And this could be a project that you do to a brand new sweater that you just want to make more fun, which is what this sweater was. When I first purchased it, it was just a black sweater with a ruffle on it, and I really liked a little bit of sparkle. So I added some beads, and I recently washed it, and the beads on one side loosened up a lot. So I figured this would be a great project for you guys. And I have a little supply dish right here. In my supply dish, I'll tip it forward a little bit for you guys. I have several different beads and a strung needle, and I also have these little flowers. I really like asymmetry and balance, so I found these little flowers that have a little rhinestone in the middle. They're ribbon, and oops, I just dropped it. So I thought that these would be a great addition to the sweater. I'm just going to put them on this one side, and if I close up for you, if I scoop my little dummy up for you guys, you can see that these beads on this side are not symmetrical. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and they're really just there to add some shimmer when you move. So I'll move her over a little so that you can watch this, and we'll get started. Picking up your needle and thread. I have about a foot of thread. I think you can see that. And what I do is I double loop my thread. So there's technically 2 strands to this. I think you can see the loop on the end of the needle there. And I've knotted it quite a large knot at the end, because anytime you're working on a knit, if you don't use a big enough knot, you run the risk of just pulling it straight back through the knit, because knits are loose enough to do that too. So this is a really sturdy knot. I'm going to start towards the center here, and we're just going to work around this small triangle of fabric in this region. So flipping my sweater over and finding a place for my needle, I'm just going to push my needle through the fabric to the front and pull all the way through until the end. And here I'm going to start with a smaller bead to complement the other side. So letting that bead drop down until it hits my sweater. And then going into the fabric from the front, I want to stay really close to where my needle came in from the back, where my string came in. That's going to help me have a better position for my bead. So just pulling that thread all the way through and making sure that the bead is sturdy. Then find another place where you'd like a bead. I'm going to go a little bit lower here, closer to my ruffle, and just lightly pull my thread through. You don't have to pull the thread through very tight on these, because they'll move around and shift anyway, and if you make them too tight, you'll just buckle the fabric. And again, going back through from the front to the back, close to where my thread came in, and just pulling that tight until my bead sits right on the sweater. And we'll do that a few more times with a couple other beads. I'm going to be pretty random with this. If you wanted to, you could be more precise. Going through the back of the fabric and placing the bead on my needle just like so, and just letting it drop down. let's see. Let's put a flower here. So on the back of the flower, they've already stitched it. We'll just run our needle right through the ribbon where it's already been stitched. Let me see if I can find a better place to get my needle through here. It's being a little stubborn. There we go. And I want to run my needle through a couple different areas of this flower so that I make sure it's actually sturdy and doesn't wobble around a lot. And I'm just going to pull that until it's nice and close to my sweater and push the needle back through the fabric to the back and make sure it's sturdy. So let's go back down towards the ruffle and do a couple more beads down here. I'm going to use another little small one. And over here I want a small one. And every time I grab a new bead, I'm making sure it's different from the last one. Let's do a big one here. There we go. And do another small bead. I have one last small bead. I just want to place that right here, and then I'm going to string up a little higher, and we're going to do our other flower there. So again, running my needle through several layers of this ribbon. I don't always use a thimble when I'm working. I sometimes just use my fingernail. If you use a thimble a little bit easier, you can use a thimble. I kind of wish I had one right this second. Okay, there we go. Pull that through all the way to the end. Position my flower where I'd like it. And then push my needle back through to the back of the fabric. Just like that. Let's get a little bit closer so you can see more. And you can see how we have a nice pattern on both sides. It's a little asymmetrical, but it adds some interest to an otherwise semi-plain sweater. So now what I want to do is make sure I have a knot on the back. I'm going to flip my sweater over and stitch through completely until I have a loop. And then I'm going to pick up my loop from the other side and pull through. I'm going to do that one more time just to make sure it's really secure. And if you guys can't see this, I'll do a video on a lighter fabric to show you what I'm really doing. And then you would just cut that thread really close and your project is finished. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you guys try a fun project to spruce up one of your sweaters. Have a great rest of your week and stop back soon for more videos. And I'll post my link for my Pinterest page, of course, and please subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.